Calgary, you're curious about what's going on in the market and I'm here to deliver. So here are the numbers for the semi-detached homes in Calgary for the month of July. Now, I'm going to go through this fairly quick, so feel free to pause the video at any point and look over the data. My goal is to keep this short and sweet. Hi, my name's Fyfe, and if you're looking to buy or sell real estate here in Calgary, I'm your guy. I'm here to help, so feel free to shoot me a text or give me a call if you have absolutely any questions. So let's go. So let's start this off by looking at the year-to-date stats package for 2022. Now, this is a bit to digest at first, so take your time. I'm going to start off with total sales, and you can see that the total sales have continually fallen from the high seen in March and April. Now, new listings have also decreased as well, which is a good thing. Even with the decrease in new listings, inventory, or the amount of homes left over at the end of the month, is still the highest it's been all year long. Days on market are inching its way close to January numbers, and prices have fallen back to the March-April numbers. From a quick highlight, you can see that all of these numbers resemble what we saw in April of this year. So moving right along, this graph also has a lot of information to digest, so feel free to pause the video and browse the information. Now, I'm going to place a map on the bottom right corner to help showcase the different quadrants of Calgary. So starting from the left and working our way right, you can see that the city center and northeast quadrants of Calgary had the most amount of sales in July. But with that being said, the Northeast had the highest likelihood of selling their listings with an 86% sales to new listing ratio. And that's a pretty high ratio. So with the sales being as strong as they were in the city center, they did not outpace the new listings that came to the market in the city center for the month of July. That in turn has made their sales to new listings ratio very low, and their inventory the highest out of all the quadrants in Calgary. But when you look at their price point for the semi-detached homes, the benchmark price is $811,000 compared to the $342,000 of the Northeast. That's a pretty big difference. Now, semi-detached homes in city center are luxury products compared to most quadrants on this chart. Moving forward, when looking at the months of supply, you can see that the city center has the highest, whereas the Southeast has the lowest. That means that it would only take about 2 months to sell through all the semi-detached homes in the Southeast, but take over 4 months to sell all the homes in the city center with current buyer activity. Now, East Calgary is the least expensive quadrant in Calgary for semi-detached homes, which is pretty normal, whereas the city center is the most expensive by a margin of about $500,000, and that's a lot. Year over year, Calgary North has seen the biggest increase in price, whereas Northwest and City Center saw the least, but a 10% increase over a 12-month period is still pretty great. Month over month, the Northeast was the only quadrant to see a price increase, whereas other quadrants had seen decreases. East Calgary is fairly steady Eddie. If you're looking for a safe investment, East Calgary is a pretty good place to start. Okay, so this next chart is very similar to the detached market for the month of July. Now, a quick run up in March, April, then a pretty quick cool down from May onward. You can see that the blue bar, which is the inventory or the leftover homes at the end of the month, is steadily increasing as sales are quickly decreasing month over month. Now, in my personal opinion, this looks like a recipe for further price declines in the semi-detached market. Now, this chart is very similar to the single-family chart for the month of July. So lastly, let's look at where all the sales are for the semi-detached market. Now, this chart is a year-to-date chart, so every single sale from January 31st to July 31st. The semi-detached market in Calgary is just like the detached market, where it spans across a large price range. When really looking at these numbers, you can see that the $700,000 to $1 million price point has done very well this year compared to previous years. The blue, green, and yellow represent the year-to-date sales for the semi-detached market for the previous 3 years. So you can see this year had a welcome run-up in the sales as a lot of people were capitalizing on the lower interest rates. So with lower interest rates and a quick increase in price, we saw a lot of families finally sell their home for the prices that they actually paid for them about 5 to 6, if not 12 years ago, which is pretty crazy to think about. So that's a whole conversation in itself. It's been a long time coming and people have been pretty patiently waiting here in Calgary. So semis are fairly interesting as well because they're somewhat of a luxury product that you can get for less money, especially in the city center, i.e. the $700,000 to $1 million price point. All in all, the semi-detached market has been relatively strong this year, spanning across all price points, which is quite nice to see. All right, folks, now that's all I got for you. I really hope that you got some value from this video. Make sure to subscribe if you like what you saw, and if you have any questions at all, my calendar link is below if you want to book in a time slot, or you can simply shoot me a text message or give me a call. So until next time, peace.